Are we live? Did it work? Did we run into issues again? Nope. It looks like we're going. It's a
I'm not
black
seeing.
screen. Why is it a black screen? Oh, we are live. There we go.
Are we? Hello?
According to this stream I'm watching, yes.
Uh-oh. Alright, hold on. Hello, chat, if we are alive.
We are live. Hello, chat.
Hello. Not me
Chat
pretending we're
being.
live.
We're not
We are
pretending.
alive.
We are
We
live.
are alive. We are alive.
We are live.
We go live. Why is it showing up on the panel
We are
content?
live.
Gosh, I'm getting so steamed up right now.
Dude, are you steaming over there, bro?
I'm fucking steamed, dude.
What's steaming you, my man?
I'm trying to find I want to link to the stream to share with people, and it's
Well,
not
get
making
it.
it easy. No, I got it. I got it.
So while he's
Thanks
doing
to
that,
you.
gonna give a quick shout out to my new pupper. His name is Bartholomew Kuma, so solid place to debut that.
Solid.
I would
Solid.
put him on camera, however, he just got his leg amputated, so he's
He's a
actually
little
gonna be on
handicapped.
kennel rest for a while. He's adorable. He's a Great Pyrenees lab mix, and my dude, he's my new dude. Call Doggo. Hey, Call. You've been replaced. I no
I was
longer
gonna
love you.
say,
I just want you to know.
friendship ended with Call. New friendship started with Bartholomew Kuma.
Yeah, Call is not pleased that he's no longer the baby. Those are his toys, and that is his food.
Good. He should
And
know his place.
dummy new Bartholomew Kuma does not understand that he needs to be on rest and not pull out his staples. So he just
Oh,
wants to bounce around the house and pull out his staples.
oh, I get it. I've been there.
I know, Patrick. Stop pulling out your sutures.
My sutures
Suture.
rhymes with futures.
I don't know if that's true. I think to rhyme it has to be a word. Anyway, are we ready to go?
Yeah, I've been
Because I am
itching.
itching to jump into this new chapter. Patrick,
I've
why don't you give
been.
a quick summary of what we're doing here?
All right, so hi, this is Opun, One Piece of Our Minds. We read a chapter every time there's a new chapter out, and we give our thoughts and reactions and theories after we're done reading and have just a fun little discussion.
It happens
Um,
about once a chapter.
every time there's a chapter, usually, sometimes there'll be extenuating circumstances. We will be here reacting and being, whoa, you know what I mean?
Every time a new
So
chapter drops, you take a drink.
every time, take a drink. So we've
It's
been on a month
coffee.
break because Oda's getting LASIK surgery, and now his art's gonna be off the chain. It's gonna be berserk levels of good. So be ready
Shout
for
out to
that.
that meme that he finally realizes it doesn't look hyper realistic and he's disappointed that it looks so goofy.
Now his women will have normal proportions, is what I think.
We can
But
only
yeah, just to
hope.
give a little, I had to do a little bit of a recap because it's been a minute.
Oh, yeah,
But
please.
I went over the last chapter, and basically it's the aftermath of Cobra getting got by Emu and the Gorosei. It's Sabo and everyone else leaving the reverie. It's the end of the reverie. They see him talking with Dragon and Eva, talking about stuff, and we see mention of the word Mother Frame as well as we get the names of all the Gorosei. And we also there's something else. Oh, Eva said that he knew the name Emu from somewhere, and that there's a chance this Emu person has been alive for a long time. And that's not all. We also found out that Don Quixote and Yosgard has been executed, and I forget the dude's name, but it's Mac tonight. It's Figaro Figureland, I want to say, but I think they also changed the translation since we read it. So let me just double check
It
that.
is One Piece, though, so I'm
Uh,
not convinced he's dead. I'm still waiting for Ace to show up with just a band aid on his cheek.
yeah, the four kids at it. So his
Speaking
name is
of, he is on the cover art this time around, so theory confirmed? Question mark?
All right, so this guy's name is Saint Figurlin Garling, and was a dominating figure who once distinguished himself at a place called God Valley. That's what they think. He wasn't the ruler of God Valley. He distinguished himself at a place called God Valley. So, with that being said, let's jump into this new chapter here. 1087, Battleship
Cover
Bag.
art is a
Ooh,
capybara enjoying a bath over a fire started by Ace.
I
And it's
love that.
Ace bathing some capybara.
Yeah,
Confirmed.
no, very cute, very cute. Noticeably, no hole in him. I love that. All right,
Less
we
than
ready?
one hole. Yes.
Yes. Are we
Okay,
ready
come
to start?
on. Read to me.
Read to me. All right, ship graveyard near Naval Base G1. Battleship bags. Yeah, instead of punching bags. Those marks come from punching the armored holes of the battleships at the scrapyard. Who did? A much younger Vice Admiral Garp, and this is, I forget his name, Brand New is his name, and he's talking to Django and Full Body, it looks like.
It's about time my
Um,
boys get some screen time.
they've had their moments, but
They haven't
anyway,
had
Brand
enough.
New's not recently, no, I'll agree. But Brand New's going on a much younger Vice Admiral Garp. In fact, it's a daily practice he's kept up for decades. And Django's like, what? He still does it? And Full Body's like, why are there two? The other one was for his apprentice, former Admiral Aokiji. The rule of Battleship Bags is that you can't use haki or powers. The strength of those heroes wasn't gifted at birth, and we're cutting away back to Full Lead. And who's this in the water? Oh, that is
It's
San
like
Juan Wolf.
San Juan.
Let's see. San Juan Wolf got knocked clean into the water. How does Garp do that? Haul him up to the air before he drowns. But how? Now, refresh my memory again. He's the one with the island fruit, correct?
No, he's the giant who ate the giant fruit, and he can be a super giant.
Okay.
It's Pizarro who ate the island fruit.
Right.
Or I
Okay.
guess it's Pizarro Ovalo.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. There's Vasco shot. You call this guy a legendary hero? Drunken Spitfire. He's spitting what looks like he's doing a circus trick. I
Vasco
want to point
Shop,
out.
definitely my favorite of the 10 Titanic captains.
I want to point out his nose is using armament hockey. Um, moving
Hmm.
on. Let's see. Park's just holding up other soldiers to block it for him. They're burning up.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
he just committed murder
oh,
in
oh, I
self
love this.
defense.
I love this double spread. I'll read the speech bubbles, but pirate fireballs. Yow! Ow, that's hot. Knock it off. What are you thinking, Garb? Are you trying to destroy this entire pirate island? Yeah, wow, wow. But the skull on full lead has the eyes like bulging out. He's very scared. This island is scared. Speaking of Pizarro. Um, anyway, if Commodore Teach comes back and sees the town all wrecked like this, he's gonna kill the whole lot of us. And how does he stand up against so many without losing his step? This old man's crazy.
Garp is crazy. He is a full blown certified lunatic.
Absolutely. So now we're getting a
Oh!
shot of his ship on the Bay of Fuloled. And we're getting a report. Report for Vice Admiral Garp. All the captains and sailors, including the injured, are off the island. Hang in there, Hibari. Okay, so she's still thawing out. Take your time thawing out the frozen. I hope Captain Kobe's okay. We're ready to sail as soon as you are. Garp's like, pull back. We're done here. Come on, Kobe. Gruce Helmeppo. Yes, sir. This place lives up to its reputation. There's no end to the pirates swarming out of it. And we get an exclamation mark, and it looks like Aokiji's still up even after that massive attack he took from Garp. I'm afraid I can't let you leave yet, Garp. And who is that? Is that Helmeppo? He's like, oh man, I should have left earlier. I don't want to die. And Gruce is like, when you mentioned the future of the Navy, did that include me?
Hmm.
And Garp's like, you want to keep going, Kuzan? And Kobe's like, watch out for Blackbeard's officers. And the Marines are like, listen up, boys. When I say the word, run for the shore. Just make it out alive. Go. And they're all like, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh! Oh,
H.
heck!
Eek, someone help. Yeah, haha. Oh no, we didn't free all the captives. Hang on, I'll save you. Thank goodness we didn't leave yet. And that's Kobe saying all this. Grease is like, it's a trap, you fool. And the lady's like, tee hee. And he's like, huh? And oh shit, Garp's been stabbed by,
Garp's
I
been
can only
shabbed.
assume, Katarina Devon. Or no, that's Shiryu. He's invisible.
Oh, that
Anyway,
makes sense.
huh? What? And he grabs Shiryu and just slams him into the ground. Yep, Shiryu. Small time impel down thug. Oh, I love this shit, dog. They're like, yeah, Shiryu. An invisible man? He ran Iron Garp through with his sword. The old man's weakened now. I turn the page.
Garp had better
Himeppo and
not
Goose are
freaking
like,
die.
Himeppo and Goose are like, Garp, it's nothing. Go to the ship. This is all my fault. You stepped in to save me. Don't flatter yourself, Kobe. He was after me the entire time. Garp's weakened. Even we might be able to take him out now. Let's go. There's an entire fortune sitting right before our eyes. Take him down. I was about to ask what his bounty was, but Garp's got a 3-round bounty, same as an admiral. That's worth about 3 billion berries. Out of the way, you scrubs. This is Kuzan charging him. He could have both arms and legs trussed up, and you still couldn't kill Garp. Ice glove, and his ice is his fist is freezing up, and we're going back to another flashback. An apprentice. Don't tread on my freedom. This looks like young Garp. Learn from the Navy instructors. And here's the young Aokiji. He's like, I'm done with that. I'm ready for the next level. Take me on as an apprentice. Garp's like, shut up. Buzz off. And now we're there playing Battleship Bags. He's like, you better not use hockey. It won't help you learn. I can't even use that stuff yet. Ow. And just
Wow. That kind of Kuzan couldn't use hockey yet? Interesting.
He's a young boy. Very young, precious young boy. Anyway. And we're flashing forward in time. He's saying, I can't believe my son's a damn revolutionary now. And Aokiji's like, what? Time's passing again, and this flashback is not making me feel good about Garp surviving. Alright, so now we have a more modern Garp and Aokiji from before the time skip. He's like, now my grandson says he'll be a pirate. I won't stand for it. And Aokiji's like, why is that my problem? And he's like, Kuzan, let's have a snack. I'm too busy. I'm an admiral now. Get us some tea. Ugh. You raised a formidable foe. This is Aokiji. You're back in the present now. I guess Kuzan. And Garp's like, consider yourself expelled, you dunce.
Oh, and they just traded blows in the face.
It's like, yeah. Big hockey explosion. They're both flying back. Kobe's screaming, Vice Admiral Garp. And what is this? Pizarro, Pizzalo, Azaroof. You know what I mean? Azeroth, Metreon, Synthos. He's like, yeah. Yep. Your chances of escape are near to none. You're on Pirate Island, where the stream of pirates never ends. You think that ship offshore is safe? Allow me to demonstrate the powers of the Isle fruit. Aaron's like, what? What's happening?
Oh, dang.
And they're off at the ship. Hibari's like, someone tell me where Kobe is? I'm sorry, I've been a burden on y'all. And I forget this lady's name, but she's like, he'll be back any moment now. We're just glad you're all right. Wait, what's that? Open the newspaper and it's Blackbeard this, Blackbeard that. Well, we want to make a name for ourselves too, so here's a sneak peek at tomorrow's headlines. The great Vice Admiral Garp leads a team of promising elite troops in an attempted rescue of the naval hero Captain Kobe. And the island is starting to move. It's got its hand out. It's about to slam a jam on the ship. And he continues, but the dreaded powers of Avalo Pizarro, 4th ship captain of the Blackbeard Pirates, bring them to a tragic end at Pirate Island. And Kobe's like, no, you can't, stop. There are civilians on board that ship. And Garp's just like, Kobe, don't panic. Justice will prevail. And he just looks calm as a cucumber as he says that. And that's the end of the chapter.
So what the hell is that last panel? Justice will prevail? What the frick does that mean? What justice, my dude?
He's got something up his sleeve.
No, he's got, but what could it possibly be?
He's not done yet. He's not even close to done. Well, he might be close to done.
But no. Still got like, I'm not saying he dies or anything, or that's like irrelevant. That he says, "Don't panic. The ship's not going to get broken. Justice will prevail."
Yeah.
Is this? Do we anticipate like a sudden Kuzan flip where it's like, I agreed to help you guys, but I did not agree to kill civilians?
That could be. That might be how we get out of this with Garp still alive, but I also kind of doubt it.
I can't, I don't see another Admiral showing up, okay? Green Bull's not doing anything. Frickin' what's his name?
Kizaru's on his way to...
Yeah, Kizaru's on his way to Egghead.
That's it.
I don't imagine Fujitora does anything in this situation. But the only thing I can think stopping this attack is Kuzan right now. Like, Garp isn't dying right now, per se, but he's definitely laying on the ground like, yeah, don't worry, it'll take care of itself.
So is Kuzan, though,
Where's Kuzan on the ground? Did they?
Would have been, yeah, they both, yeah,
Hmm.
right after
You're
the
not
explosion.
wrong. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying, I think character motivations aside, it's equally likely, just based on where they are, that they could get up and stop that.
I don't see it
Like,
being Garp though, because like if Garp was gonna get up and stop it, I feel like he'd be getting up and stopping it. But he's laying there like, don't worry, it's under control.
yeah, I get what you're saying. He's kind of saying in the sense that there's something else that he's not showing,
Yeah,
and
like
that's
I just
totally
whatever it
possible.
is, I don't believe it to be Garp. And aside from Kuzan, I don't know what else it could be.
Hmm. Yeah, because I believe Garp could still take this out and protect the ship.
Yeah, but it
You
definitely
know,
looks as though he's just going to not to.
hmm I could see maybe he's talking about the crew that's still on the ship. Maybe I
Maybe.
don't know.
Okay, I could imagine that. I don't know if this is on purpose or an ironic twist or a funny coincidence or what, but right after
Mhm.
Oda had his eye surgery, we just get like the most expressive eyes in terms of Full Let Island.
Right.
It's just
Also, this
nice
hand,
that the eye, yeah.
the shading on that's really good.
No, it really it looks as good as ever, but even
Mhm.
just for like a not nothing chapter, but this isn't Wano, it's not like a big arc. Just for a, you know, intermittent chapter, it looks really phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
I am going to excuse myself in the briefliness, so you go ahead and you just keep on keeping on. I'll be back.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna go through and just review stuff. Um, it is cool seeing those full body and Django again. I like that. Even if it is just briefly and they're not really serving any huge purpose, it's cool seeing them again. They're like the only characters from Eastwood that we still see to this day. Um, yeah, everything with Garp in this chapter is just incredible. Um, it is a little odd that Kobe would fall for such an obvious trap, but I'm willing to forego it. I'm willing to forego it. Um, let's see here. Golly. There's a real chance Garp doesn't get out of this. I can see it. I can see it. Oh man, that panel before he smacks Shiryu into the ground. I like the energy course around his fist. It's like wind current stuff. That's how it's being expressed. That's cool. But also, Shiryu has a black blade. I don't know if we knew that. Maybe we did. I missed it. It's very possible. Okay. That might be the youngest we've ever seen Garb. Maybe that's just because I don't remember him having that hairstyle ever. In that first panel we see him. Um, like that he's calling him Kuzan even when he's at Real now. It's fun. This was a bit of a shorter chapter, but that is okay. That's fine. Uh, yeah, we're jumping from the revolutionaries. Man, there's so much.
I don't know if Garp gets out of this alive. Like,
Yeah,
he's not dying in this panel, but we're at a real time of like old generations out, new generations in. Kobe, like
right.
we've done a whole thing on how Kiji was his prodigy, now Kobe's his prodigy. I'm thinking we might lose Garp,
Hmm.
which
Yeah,
even if it's not here, I think is coming by the end of the series for sure. But
yeah,
this is just seeming pretty impending.
yeah. I'm starting to look at it just like taking a couple steps back and thinking of like the larger events happening in the world right now. Like we have Kid and Law being decimated by different emperors, and now Garp and his crew are going up against the crew of an emperor. I think we're really just kind of setting up these opposing forces. I hesitate to say villain because I don't think Shanks is that antagonistic, but we're just kind of setting up the opposing forces that we still kind of have that we have to deal with still. and that includes the Gorosei, that includes full lead, that includes Shanks and all that. So yeah, I could see this being a big defeat for the Marines. I could also see them getting out. Oh, actually, I can't see this being a big defeat. I think they'll get out fine. I don't know if Garp does.
No, he doesn't.
Um,
But I mean, Garp doesn't. Suddenly, whoever it is on Blackbeard's crew has killed the Navy's hero.
mhm.
And what are you going to do? Fight
Right.
back? They've got an admiral themselves. They just took out the guy stronger than an admiral. And two
Yeah.
of your admirals are like incapacitated at the moment.
You know, it could be a really good setup. You mentioned Kuzan being Garp's former disciple, and now Kobe is in a way his disciple, like
Mm-hmm.
Garp or Kuzan's replacement. What if this is
Prodigy.
kind of
Yeah.
kind of setting up like Kobe versus Kuzan as like a final showdown for him?
See, I up until now, I would never have believed that. I always imagined,
Mhm.
like, I mean, obviously Kobe's the new Garp, but to a lesser extent, I always saw him as like the new Kuzan, where he has a real sense of justice, and
Yeah.
that's one thing I need to emphasize here. Kuzan, we know, is a just man, and he's doing something, but we know he's not a bad guy.
Mm.
So it has to be hurting him. I'd say more to punch Garp than it is to be punched by Garp. Like right now, he knows what he's doing is not who he is, but he's too deep undercover to blow it now.
Yeah. I don't know. I used to think that. I'm not fully convinced.
See, it's that
Uh,
line he gave Smoker back on Punk Hazard of "It's still me." Like I know he's
Yeah,
not a bad guy. I just don't know what he's
that's
up
true.
to.
That is
But
true.
he's doing something, and right
Hmm.
now, potentially killing Garp is more important than giving up whatever he's doing.
Hmm. Yeah, I can see that. I could definitely see that.
What I'd really love is Kuzan kills Garp. We set up that Kuzan Kobe showdown, and
Hmm.
that's when Kuzan reveals maybe like, "Oh, I was a member of Sword the whole time," and then Kobe's like, "Well, you killed him, but obviously you did it for good reasons." Like I want to see Kobe have to be like, "I can't let this go," but at the same time, you did the right thing.
Yeah, I
Oh,
could see that. Maybe. I don't know.
how many
We've all.
chapters in a row, like including the break? It's been 3, 4 months since we've been to Egghead. Just
Yeah,
haven't
something
seen
like
any
that.
of the Straw Hats in quite a while.
This is absolutely the longest we've gone without seeing them at any point during the serialization of this series. So that's kind of wild. Like, even with the Reverie, like, that was like 10 chapters, little less than that. Like,
Right.
there was no break there. Like, we've been gone for longer than 10 chapters at this point, I think. Um, it's
Also,
wild.
just like quick shout out to Kobe being a little bitch and needing to be rescued in the heat of combat of his own rescue mission. Just like, don't fall for the obvious trap, you dunce.
Yeah, it feels weird that he fell for that, but I don't know.
I could see it because, he wants to save everyone and they really preyed on him.
Yeah,
But at the same time, goddamn, Kobe, what the hell?
like, here's the thing. Doesn't he have, like, good observation hockey? Like, I don't know.
He's got to at this point. He has to have good observation hockey.
He had it at Marineford, and we know he's gotten only stronger since then. So I don't know,
Shout out to my boy Helmeppo not being the one to ruin it all.
dude. It actually does me a lot of good seeing him. Like, of course, he's like, I should have left when I had the chance, but he's still there. So shout out to that.
No, like he's definitely the weakest link on the island, but he's still
Hmm.
here. He came to the island. He picked a fight with Blackbeard to save Kobe.
Yeah, he's a real one.
Yeah,
I
no,
respect it.
he's a legit dude. He's definitely not like, chapter 2, 3, whatever he was introduced in week, but I wouldn't
Yeah,
consider him strong either.
no, definitely strong to go toe to toe with these pirates, but I don't know if I put him on Kobe's level. Maybe a little weaker.
I think he's admiral level.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's what's the head of the Navy's guy's name? Grand Bull or something?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Granbull,
talking
the
about?
evolution of Snubble.
Kong. It's Kong something.
Oh wait, Kong level? His name is
Kong.
just Kong as far as I'm aware.
Oh, it's just called
Yeah, he's the fleet admiral. No,
World
what's his
Government
title?
Commander in Chief.
Yeah, that's it.
Still know nothing about him. Haven't seen him since.
Oh
Anyway.
shit. So let's go back a few pages. San Juan is currently under the water, and they're
Yeah.
right. How do we possibly raise him out of the water? He's a giant.
You
I
could
don't
maybe
say
do
this is
something.
him dying, but like,
No, it'll be fine.
how do you get him out of the water?
They'll get him out. I don't know how, but they'll get him out.
I don't know what path I want to follow more. I want to see all of Foled. I want to get back to Egghead. I need more of what's going on with the revolutionaries.
Hmm.
My goodness.
Yeah, I think we're cooling off on the revolutionaries as evidenced by the fact that we're back here. I'm really curious as to why we got that bit when we just immediately go back to full lead.
Yeah, no, I really thought we'd be going back to the Straw Hats this week. Maybe that's
Like
next week.
we've been jumping around all over, but I thought we were done with this, but we jumped to the revolutionaries. They had that flashback, and now we're back here.
This
I'm very
is hands down the funnest part of One Piece for me to read so far, just because we're jumping everywhere. It's not just chapter to chapter where, oh, what happens next? I literally don't even know what story we're coming back to next. It is completely up in the air. Anything could happen any week at this point.
dude.
It's
Yeah,
just such a ride.
this gives off a lot of the vibes I had when Reverie was being published weekly. Like, I
Hmm.
had no idea what to expect with each new chapter, and for example, one of them, it's just like the characters that we know from different arcs are meeting up, and they're like, "Oh, you know Luffy? Oh, cool!" And then the next chapter is like, Shirahoshi's being captured, and who steps in to save her but Rob Lucci? And it's like, what? And this has just been like that, but like longer
I was
and on a
even
bigger
I
scale.
argue it's like that, but Gear Second, where it's not
Mm,
only any character could meet anyone and anything happens, but there's
mm-hmm.
like five different settings we can jump between.
Yeah.
Like it's not just world leaders. Like the pool of characters opens up, the battles open up, the plot twists are endless.
Hmm.
Like this is like the Reverie on crack.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Like
Oh, it's so good though.
world building, like different narratives have always been my favorite part about One Piece. Like I love the crew and stuff. Like that stuff's always gonna be my favorite. But like I'm a sucker for when we cut away to like other events happening in the world. Like that first time you meet Doflamingo and Kuma, and they're meeting with the world with the girls to discuss replacing Crocodile, and it's like that little stuff like that. This is just yeah, like you said, that on steroids, and it's so cool.
Patrick,
Yeah.
Blackbeard definitely played a hand in Ace's execution.
Correct.
I don't see Garp leaving this island. I think Luffy's motivation is you killed Garp and Ace, and now it's time for me to punch you in the face.
Hmm. No, I
I
definitely consider
don't like it was unlikely before, but now that I connected the dots on Blackbeard might just kill the monkey family and also Ace.
that. Yeah.
Like, if he starts just taking out Luffy's guys, that really tees up the final fight because aside from opposing ideals, there's no real reason for them to fight. They're just looking for
Hmm.
the last rogue poneglyph. Blackbeard doesn't have it. There's no reason for Luffy to go out of his way to pick that fight. But if it's familial revenge, I could see it. And I could see it
Hmm.
being really intense.
Yeah.
A lot of good
That's how we get.
fights.
That's how we get the. And I know we're not trying to do forced parallels and stuff, but that's how we get the Luffy and Kobe parallel to Roger and Garp on God Valley kind of same thing.
Man, I see what you're saying. I'm still firmly in the camp of Buggy is the new Zebek and Blackbeard's a red herring. Like don't get me wrong, he's a big bad that's going to need to be dealt with, especially if Garp's dead. Kobe could easily get involved, but Buggy has these powerhouses underneath him. He
No,
could
Buggy's gonna
easily
be
be the
the.
new Bezek. He's like Luffy's oldest villain. He's like his rival. He's around for some reason. I see Buggy being the new Zebek, and I'm gonna laugh my ass off when it comes to that. And like you
He's
said,
gonna
you know,
become.
it's all the pirates who don't like each other. So maybe Blackbeard works under him briefly because he's Blackbeard, and that's how we get the showdown on Full Lead.
Would be funny. No,
I
Buggy's gonna become pirate.
Buggy Pirate King for sure. That's unavoidable.
Mm-hmm.
But Buggy Zabek Pirate King, I am placing my bet. I want to see him be the new Zabek. Because how else, like, that's how we get the Zoro Mihawk fight. We get
Yep.
another round with Crocodile, potentially if Blackbeard's there, that's a whole freaking thing. But yeah, I Buggy is the new Zabek. You can't convince me otherwise. I don't care what Oda writes.
Okay, I'll love it.
The raid's gonna fail.
The raid's gonna fail.
It's
Uh,
Morgan time.
Yamato's joining the
I
crew.
I'm still straight up waiting. I never wanted Yamato to join the crew, I'll be honest. But I'm still waiting
Hiyori,
for just like the curtain to open as Wano Act 4. We're going back.
Hiyori is actually Toki. Don't worry, guys, we sold it.
Oh, I definitely thought you meant Hibari for a minute. I was like, oh, okay,
No,
interesting twist.
I'm just going through the theories I remember from Wano.
Okay, as much as Hiyori is not Toki, I expect Toki to do something. She seems a little too important to just have appeared in a flashback and then not since.
We haven't seen again. Do we even know what happened to her? Like, really?
Allegedly she died, you know, she burnt in the building, but so did Hiyori. So what's up? But
Yeah,
I can't
true.
imagine she time traveled and left her daughter to live in that country being raised by a frog.
But then, how come we didn't see her ever see her get mentioned? Really? You know,
Exactly. Exactly. Like
very weird.
they had a lot of graves, none of them said Hiyori or Toki.
Oh, I didn't know you could read them. I didn't know you could read them.
Oh, I saw people who read them and translated, so I guess as long as those people aren't lying to me.
Yeah, or just a liar. Or
But
just
the
a liar.
raid,
Okay, you're right. The raid. The raid's gonna fail.
the raid is gonna fail.
Kaido
I
has
know it might
nothing.
sound like I'm ripping on him or hating on him, but he had me sold up until it didn't fail, and I'm still
Dude,
disappointed it didn't fail because it that would have been so cool.
I did like used to follow him and stuff, but like he did kind of go out the rails. He's a smart fellow though,
See,
for
who I
sure.
used to like but no longer have anything to do with is Grand Line Review. Really liked him in the early days, but I
Oh
don't know.
yeah,
He
he's
just
great.
became too much of a smartass for me. He just there's something smug and entitled about him. I just want to punch.
Yeah, I'm not a
Grand Line
big fan
Review
of him.
1v1 me.
Do
Thumb
it.
wrestling to the death.
Creator Clash
Best two out of
4,
three. I can't thumb wrestle. Please don't take me up on this.
but he can wrestle.
Yeah, just not with my thumbs.
Just no thumbs. As long
All
as you can agree,
wrestle,
no
no
thumbs.
thumbs.
All no holds barred except for thumbs.
No holds anything because we don't have thumbs.
No thumbs. You can't hold anything without that. That's why dogs
Okay,
say yeah.
but anyway, back to anything relevant. It definitely took me a second to figure out that Shiryu stabbed Garp. I really wanted to know where this sword came from. But yeah,
Yeah.
there's definitely a silhouette thing of Shiryu right there. That is some fancy ass art style. So
I'll be
who does
honest. It threw me off.
Shiryu get matched up against? Is he gonna fight Zoro or is he gonna fight Sanji? Because you got a swordsman, but he's invisible. Or do we finally get the Zoro Sanji love baby?
Let's go through this. They have what, 10 captains?
They have 10 captains.
And that's not
Theoretically,
including.
we are going to have 10 Straw Hats.
Mm-hmm.
Not
And yeah,
including Luffy.
is the 10 captains not including Blackbeard?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
So here,
theoretically, like Vivi joins up. Yeah, there's an argument for Smoker. You know, theoretically, we get another Straw Hat by the end of this. I've seen
Smoker's
stuff that says
logical
Bonnie,
option.
maybe.
Maybe Bonnie.
You know,
She's definitely got
it's
beef
got to
with
be
Blackbeard.
someone relevant, someone that we care about, someone who's got good backstory, but isn't going to be introduced last minute and feel like just a
Mhm.
tacked on character. So it's got to be
Someone we
someone
know.
we know, unless the story is going to be significantly longer than anyone possibly imagined, and
Yeah,
that's
maybe an
saying
Elbaf.
something.
Maybe you get a giant Elbaf or something. Um, I could see it. I could still see it being Zoro. I don't know.
Fighting Shiryu or joining the crew?
No, Zoro's joined the crew for sure. Yeah.
Maybe one of these days, you and your
One of these days.
outlandish theories. Maybe once the raid fails.
The raid will fail. Zoro will meet his father, and turns out, his father was Ryuma. You
His
know,
father was also Zoro. Now there's two Zoros on the crew.
there's two Zoros. We get another Zoro on the crew. Zoro, and Zoro. He knows four sword style. Uh,
Anywho, yeah, back to fighting Shiryu. Is this like he's the second Titanic captain?
yeah,
So is he going up against Zoro or is he going up against
yeah.
Sanji?
He's gonna get Zoro.
But the
If
invisibility is like one, we already had Sanji fight invisibility. Two, now
yeah,
we could have a double invisible battle. Imagine the panels.
that'd be
Just
so boring to
nothing.
watch. It'd
I
be
know.
so boring to watch. No,
But
it'll be Zoro,
but then
100%.
Sanji's gonna fight the first Titanic captain, Burgess.
Burgess is
I
a grappler. I could see that being Frankie even,
Yeah, but uh, forget
or
fighting
Chopper.
style. Fighting style aside, he's the number one second in command. Like that Zoro's playbook is to fight the number two.
I'm not sure you.
No, he's
We
the
had a
second
color spread.
Titanic captain. Burgess
We
is
got
the
the no
first
no no no
Titanic
no no no.
captain.
Hold on, because there was a color spread I had recently that had all of the first mates on it. So like Rayleigh, we had Mr. One. I think Mr. One was on it. I have to double check to be sure, but Zoro's like front and center, and Shiryu's on there. So I'm just saying.
Was
I'm just
that
saying.
first mates or was that swordsman? Because you just named all
No,
swordsmen.
no, it was first mates. Is Rayleigh a swordsman?
Yeah,
I know he has a sword. Hold
he
on.
used to be the world's greatest swordsman.
Oh,
That's at least the alleged. It's never been outright stated.
was gonna say, oh, I keep hitting that button. Shit. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, you named all swordsmen there, who just all happen to be first mate or potential first mate.
Let's see. Okay, here it is. Okay. Okay, as soon as it loads, but just from the rip, it has Rayleigh, Ben Beckman, King, Katakuri, Killer, Marco, Sabo, Shiryu,
Yep,
and Beppo.
all swordsmen.
Yep,
Beppo
confirmed.
sword's been confirmed.
Beppo swordsman.
But then why is he not the first division Titanic captain commander guy?
Well, I
Why
could
is he
see it being
number
like a
two
Whitebeard
Titanic
situation.
captain?
I could see it being a Whitebeard situation where they're all like Marco's what the second division or no first
Yeah, he's
division
first
commander, but
division
he's
commander.
he's not necessarily like they've gone out and said no one's ranked higher just because their division is a lower or higher.
Yeah, but he is. Like
Well,
Marco's
we
the
all know he
guy.
is. We all know
Yeah,
he is, but they go out of their
like
way to say that.
they go out of their way, but this is not Whitebeard's crew. This is in
Listen,
fact like the antithesis of Whitebeard's crew.
agreed. But at
If
the same
anything, these
time,
guys worship numbers.
do you really want Jesus Burgess to be your second mate? Case closed.
He's not like my first choice, but I'm not Blackbeard.
He's a
I'm just
douche. He
saying,
couldn't get the fire fruit.
could he have even eaten it? Because like he
Yeah.
ate like the super muscle fruit or whatever it was. And how
Well,
long has
no.
he had that for?
I don't think he had it at Dressrosa. I think he got it only because he didn't get the fire fruit.
Do you think in a rematch v Sabo, Sabo still kicks his ass now that he has a devil fruit?
Theoretically, yeah, I think so.
I don't know. It just I don't get me wrong. Zoro v Shiryu, I'm down for it. Like in theory, that combination, good fight. But it just irks me that he's not the first second in command. Like I don't want him to be the second division commander or the second Titanic captain. Be number one. Be the
I don't
first
think
division
I don't
Titanic
think Shiryu
captain.
cares about that. Shiryu definitely doesn't care about that.
Shiryu loves numbers. You can tell because he's on Blackbeard's crew. Okay,
You could tell because he broke out of jail.
you can tell because the way he is.
You could tell because he smells weird. Nah, yeah, I don't know. I can't see him fighting anyone else other than maybe Brooke, but even then.
Yeah, no, I mean it only makes sense, but it just why, why?
Because Brooke's got to go up against Lafitte because he also has a cane. That's it. I've nailed this.
Rick uses a cane confirmed.
Yeah, it turns into a sword.
I was not aware of this.
I was raiding Fishman Island. The Long Arm tribe made it for him. All right, here you go.
Okay, so going back to the Garp Kuzan fight, Kuzan uses Ice Glove, and then
Sure
Garp is
does.
definitely he's smiling at him in the next panel. You know, in his confident Garp smile, not like a friendly smile. But
Right.
it just comes up with a text box that has three dots and some, flare around it.
Well, that's for the flashback.
Oh, good point. Never mind. I was gonna say, like, did Garp anticipate something? Because he doesn't use his own counterattack. He definitely punches him, but it's not a named punch. It's just
It's a
regular
hockey punch.
punch.
It's a hockey punch.
Yeah, but it's not like, what was his previous punch? Like Galactic Blast or something?
Go,
Galaxy
yes.
Implosion?
Something blue. There's the word blue in there. I don't know. It's been like
Like,
2 months.
I know, but like he didn't use any punch besides armament hockey.
Yeah.
Maybe a little conquerors thrown in there. I don't
There's
know.
definitely black sparks there.
Seems suspicious that he didn't use a stronger attack, considering we know he can like implode the entire city if he wanted.
But we established at the beginning of this chapter that they're both incredibly strong
Yeah,
through their efforts and stuff.
and it's just I don't know why didn't he use a stronger punch.
I mean, this is a pie in the sky theory, but maybe Garp's aware of what Kuzan's up to and he's holding back a little bit.
That's what I'm
That's
trying to get at. Is like, did he connect the dots on? You're only gonna fight me this hard if it really means something.
Yeah, maybe.
And that's when he flashes back and remembers him being a good apprentice and that he wouldn't just attack him for the nothing of it. I don't know. I think Garp is on to him. And that's why he's like, justice will prevail. Because he knows even if they kill the civilians, Kuzan's coming in with the hammer of justice. Confirmed.
Confirmed.
All right. I think that's just about everything I have to say about this chapter. Pretty
Yeah.
freaking hype. Pretty freaking hype. Garp is definitely not making it off this island alive.
How many chapters do you think we have left of this conflict here?
In this conflict? Two.
Like, two?
Next chapter, something happens. They save the ship. Garp dies. Last chapter, remainder of the good guys running away.
I can see Garp doing one more feat, getting got for good, and then the next chapter will be him dying in the resolution of that.
Yeah,
And then
but
we're done.
it's two chapters. If it's any more than that, I'll eat your shoe.
Okay, I got
I
a good
hope.
one lined up and waiting.
Yeah, it better be good. I'm not going to eat a bad shoe, and you'll be responsible for replacing it.
No such thing as a bad shoe in this apartment. No stirry Bob.
But if you guys are enjoying our content, let us know. Leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe. If you want to become a subscribble dibbler, all it takes is one click of that button right down yonder. Don't know quite where it is, but subscribble dibbling, you got to do it. It really
Yeah,
does help us grow the channel. It lets us know we're doing what you guys like. So just feel free to give us feedback. Let us know how it's going for you. And, let us know. Is Garp going to make it out of this alive? And how many chapters until he dies? Patrick, stop mouthing bad words. We'll catch you guys.